Welcome to the channel. Welcome to Paper and Moose. My name is Renee. If you are new to the channel, welcome. What do I normally do here? Normally I talk about ephemera and vintage, going to flea markets, auctions, estate sales, and finding these items, researching them, keeping them for myself, or reselling them. Today, not doing any of that. I am in Powell, Wyoming. I am in the great state of Wyoming to celebrate the 4th of July, staying in Cody. And whenever I'm in Cody, I like to take the short drive down the road to Powell and come to the Heart Mountain National Historic Landmark Site. They have a museum here, and they also have some of the original buildings that were here during World War II. Heart Mountain was a camp for Japanese and Japanese Americans, and it operated from 1942 to 1945. And at this location, there were over 14,000 interns. While here, they tried to live a normal life. They joined clubs, they farmed, they went to high school at the camp, but they were here because of what happened during Pearl Harbor during World War II. At this site, over 10 years ago, maybe 10 years ago when I was here, they just had some of the original structures, and now they have a museum. And it's so great to see that through funding and donations, they've been able to have this wonderful museum that displays the history of what happened here in Powell, Wyoming, and to the Japanese and Japanese Americans during World War II. So I'm just going to take you inside for a little, and then they have a walking trail up above that I will take you on to show you some of the remnants of the camp. So that's Heart Mountain in the distance, you can see. And then this is the museum, or interpretive center. And they built it to look like the barracks, or the buildings that were here during the World War II time period. So this is Heart Mountain Stationery. It was made by an internee at the camp. This here is a diary that one of the Japanese who were interned here carried. 1942, she was here from August to December. There's a charter of Heart Mountain Relocation Center. Gate badges for the funeral home. Wooden sign. It says the Japanese lettering on the sign translates to person in charge, block 1. So they had the Boy Scouts and the Girl Scouts here for the children and teenagers that were at the camp. This is a layout of the camp. There were around 500 barracks and 20 blocks of camp. And this is a map of the hospital chimney. That is one of the last remaining structures that's here. So here at Heart Mountain, they farmed. And they farmed around 45 different crops, including broccoli, lettuce, and corn. They also had hog and poultry operations here as well. They even had a camera club. The hospital, which is one of the other buildings that is left here. And they actually had 800 men that were living at the camp. They signed up and served in World War II in Europe. These are some of the records from one of those men. Those are the so off in the distance you see the chimney. That was from the boiler house. And then the hospital. We will go over there. You are allowed to go further to go near it, which is what I will do. But first we're going to check this out. The structures remaining are the boiler house and chimney, 2 slabs that were warehouse foundations, 1 building that was the kitchen and the dining room, and 1 building that was the ambulance, office, emergency room, and surgery room. The right building to the right, that building right there, that was an administrative apartment. So there were 9 physicians, 11 dentists, 3 optometrists, 10 registered nurses, 49 nurse aides, 10 pharmacists, and an ambulance service. Doctors staffing the hospital were internees. Nurses were both Caucasian and internees, and nurses' aides were internees. The doctors were paid $19 per month, the same as a U.S. Army private. The Caucasian nurses were paid $150 per month, the internee nurses $16 per month, and the aides $12. So let's take a walk over to the hospital and do a little exploring there. Why did I come back this way? Let's see. We can get a look. I don't know if I can shine my flashlight, if that'll help at all. No, obviously not. No. So, there's not much to see down there. This is neat. It's a handle from a board. But this is where the roof is open on the lower portion. But you can't really see anything. I don't know. Oh, geez, get away, yellow jacket. Oh. Same thing. These are just more boards. So there's a hole on the other side. So you can see there's some contraption over there with levers. So this is what the inside of one of the hospital buildings looked like. It looks like now. So when I first came here in 2010, it's almost 10 years ago, they didn't have the museum. They only had, well, they had these, the remnants, and I actually contacted someone because I was interested in learning more about the site and just wondering if people were able to come here and look. And a woman, a local in town, she emailed me back and said that she could meet me here, and she was actually here. She was a little girl when the first Japanese came into town on the trains. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. I guess I'll keep going this way. And she remembers seeing them come off the trains, and she said she also remembered seeing them leave. So she was, witness to the coming and the going. But she gave me a little tour here, just of the building, some of the history. But it's really great to see that they have been able to make the museum. And I encourage any of you that are somehow find your way into Powell, Wyoming, to definitely come out and check out the Heart Mountain site. You know, it's really great what they did, and their mission is great, and you know, they continue to make improvements, do renovations, and they want to bring more awareness to the public of what went on here. And they have great exhibits and great stories. So I hope that you enjoyed this. Go on Heart Mountain's website, do some research, and just see the different stories of people that were here at the camp, and you know, how their lives functioned here and how their lives got on afterwards. You know, it's great to be able to visit a site like this that has to do with World War II history here in the States. So thank you all for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this different kind of episode, but I'm out here in Wyoming and I couldn't pass up the opportunity to come back to the site. I try and get here every time that I am in town. So thank you all for watching, and until next time, have a great day, and I will see you all later.